Alright, and welcome to Differences of Squares. Now, what is the differences of squares? Well, you can think of it like this. It's going to essentially be, let me switch colors here. It's going to be a perfect square minus another perfect square. And I'll just kind of abbreviate there. So it's a perfect square minus a perfect square. So one thing to keep in mind is if I ask you what is the square root of x squared, well, that's just simply x. Okay, pretty easy. What if I ask you this question? What is the square root of 9? Well, 9, we can get to 9 by doing 3 times 3, so the square root of 9 is 3. However, whenever you take the square root of anything, you always want to write plus or minus. Okay, so what if I gave you the square root of, let's do 16. Well, the square root of 16 is 4, because 4 times 4 gets you to 16, and we include our plus or minus. Now, what about the square root of 8? Well, that's going to be a decimal, all right? In fact, the square root of 8, let's just go ahead and work it out real quick. The square root of 8 is 2.82843, and it actually continues on, so that is not a perfect square. Okay, well, with that in mind, let's go ahead and factor these differences of squares. Okay, so we know that the square root of x squared is simply x. Okay? What is the square root of 25? Well, the square root of 25 is equal to plus or minus 5. As we put plus 5 and minus 5, and that's our answer. It is quite literally that easy. Okay, let's take a look at number 2. We split it up into our two factors. The square root of x squared is x and x. And what is the square root of 121? Well, that is equal to plus or minus 11. So I put plus 11 and minus 11. Easy, easy, easy. What is the difference of squares of x squared minus 49? Well, I write x and x. And if I take the square root of 49, it is equal to plus or minus 7. So x plus 7 and x minus 7. And there you go. Difference of squares is probably one of the easiest concepts of factoring in all of Algebra 2. Alright, thank you, and have a wonderful day.